What's up, guys? Coach Troy Slaby back with workout number 8 today. Today's going to be focusing on shooting. We're going to start with some form shooting right around the rim to get us warmed up, and then we're going to get in some pull-up stuff throughout today's workout. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's jump into it. To start today's workout, we're just going to do the simplest form of form shooting. We're going to be about 2 feet, 1.5 feet from the front of the rim. We're going to be going right hand or one-handed. All right, just form shooting, getting up on our toes, bending our knees, finishing high, and holding that release till the ball hits the ground. All right, so we're going to be trying to switch these as much as we can. If you're an advanced shooter, everything's a miss unless you swish it without hitting any rim altogether. If you're a beginner, count makes even if it hits the rim a little bit. We're trying to focus on just shooting that ball and not touching the rim at all. Okay, so we're going to try to make 5 in a row before we take a step back. Good. I might have hit back rim a little bit, but we'll count it as an advanced make right now. Good. That's what we want to see. No rim altogether. Good. Good. And once we make 5 of those in a row, we're going to take another step back to about just in front of the orange line, about 3-4 feet out. Good. That's a miss. Start back over. That would be an advanced make, no rim. Good. Let's say I made 5 of those in a row. We're going to back up to our third segment of this one-handed form shooting, trying to make 5 in a row from a little bit farther out. Okay, once we do that, we're going to back up a little bit. We're going to add our guide hand in. Okay, same principles apply, trying to swish it with no rim. Good. All right, let's say I made 5 of those in a row. Okay, now we're going to get into some more game-like speed shooting after we went through those 4 rounds. If we had more time, we would go all the way around the world, make about 25 of those form shooting shots at each level. Okay, we're not going to show that today, but you do that in your own workouts. All right, now that we're done with form shooting, we're going to pick up the speed a little bit. We're going to be about the free throw line, and we're just going to try to get a bunch of shots up in about 1.5 minutes, about 75% speed, just trying to dial in that shot. Okay, so we're trying to still get swishes, still get makes. We're just trying to dial it in at about 75% speed before we go into our drills at game speed. All right, now that we're warmed up, we're going to start moving into game speed. We're going to go over 3 footwork steps to get into your pull-up. All right, so the first one we're going to do is just a explosion step. We're going to go to the right first, and we'll go left second. So it's just, this explosion step is just going to be a dribble, 1, 2 into our shot. Okay, right, left on the right side. Second one's going to be dribble. When we go to the left, it's left, right. Okay, so we're just going to rep this for about 10 shots and get us going here. All right, now that we got that explosion step down, we're gonna go into a crossover step with a rip through. Okay, so when we're going right, we're ripping through, and instead of that side foot coming out, it's going to be that crossover opposite step into that pull-up. So it's going to be right here, ripping through, crossing that foot over, 1, 2, pull-up. Same thing, except for opposite on the left side, we're bringing that right foot through. Ripping through, dribble, 1, 2 into a jump shot. Here's what it looks like live. All right, our last footwork step into a pull-up is going to be the hop step. Okay, this one's a little bit less common, but we'll show it anyways. When we go to the right, we'll take 1 dribble, and it's going to be a hop into that jump shot. Same thing on the left, 1 dribble, hop into that jump shot. Okay, we're going to shoot 10 of these as well. Let's jump into it. All right, now that we got our footwork down, we've repped that. We're gonna pick up the speed a little bit, get a bit more game-like. We're gonna move that cone back a couple feet. We're gonna do a dribble move at that cone. To start, we're gonna be going into that first footwork step that we repped. It's that explosion step, that 1-2, all right, with the outside foot. We're gonna start with inside out. We're gonna go through crossover between the legs and behind the back with each footwork step, and then we'll go on to the next one. All right, we'll start with that explosion step. Here's what it looks like. All right, now that we've repped the inside out crossover between the legs and behind the back with that original explosion step with the outside foot, we're gonna move on to that second footwork that we talked about. It's that crossover step, all right? We're still gonna rep all 4 of those dribble moves with it, the inside out crossover between the legs and behind the back. And now we're all looking to finish with that crossover step. Here's what it looks like. Okay, now that we rep the 4 dribble moves, the 4 change of direction moves with that crossover step, all right, we're gonna move into that final footwork option, which is the hop step. All right, so we're coming up, we're still doing those 4 dribble moves, all right, and then we're gonna be taking a dribble and hopping into that jump shot. Here's what it looks like. All right, a couple things to wrap up that pull-up series. I want you guys to just start slow. Make sure you get down all 3 of those footworks. You guys are probably used to doing 1 or 2 of them for the most part, whether it's a crossover or the explosion step. But it's good to have all 3 of those in your package for different situations and games. But start slow, make sure you get all those footworks down before you start repping them game speed. Really master it, and then you can go 100% game speed towards the end. All right, for our bonus drill today, it's gonna be a variation of Michael Jordan shooting drill with all pull-ups. So we're gonna be shooting from 5 different spots. You can kind of pick them out on your driveway or whatever you got. But for today, it's gonna be mid-range, but it's gonna be both baselines, both wings, and top of the key. So we're gonna be shooting 1 dribble pull-ups. At each spot, you're gonna do one dribble right, 1 dribble left. So it'll be 10 shots in total. All right, if you're a beginner, every shot you make is worth 1. Okay, but every shot you miss gives your favorite NBA player, whether it's Giannis or Michael or whoever it is, they get a point. So you're kind of in a competition versus your favorite player. If you're advanced, when you make it, you get 1, but when you miss, your player that you're going against gets 2. So here's what it'll look like. All right, I'm down 2. All right, down 1. Up. All right, for that last Michael Jordan shooting drill, I'd have beat my favorite player, LeBron James, 9-2. Made 9 shots, missed 1. He got 2 if I'm an advanced, or he would have gotten 1 if I'm a beginner. That's a good shooting drill to kind of fight against yourself, compete against yourself, and see how good you can get. Hopefully you can skunk your opponent. Hope you guys liked workout number 8. Worked on some shooting, some footwork when it comes to pull-ups. Very good reps for you guys to do. Next Tuesday, we're gonna be working on some catch and shoot work. It's gonna be moving off the ball, coming off screen, straight line cuts, curls, fades. So stay tuned for that. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and WOP fam.